Okay, I've really had enough of you being in this family. You're such an annoying old hag who doesn't deserve my brother. You need to break up with him immediately. An ugly old hag like you shouldn't be so obsessed with a young and handsome man like my brother. It's so disgusting that you would target him like this. You really need to hurry up and disappear. I'm never going to approve of this relationship, so you need to leave and never come back. You're so gross, Olivia.
Regina, you really need to take a chill pill. How dare you talk to me like this when I've been nothing but nice to you? So cut it out, all right? I shouldn't have to put up with this. You don't seriously feel like I'm taking your beloved brother away from you, do you? I'd never do that to you or the rest of your family. Why do you feel like I would do something like that? He's a grown man who makes his own decisions. I don't control who he does and doesn't see, okay? I love Jordan very much, Regina. Can't we all just get along like a family is actually supposed to? I don't understand where your outrageous thoughts are coming from.
Huh? I really don't get you at all, Olivia. The way you define love and the way I define love is on very different levels. I know you're trying to take him away. You're a complete and utter stranger who thinks that you can do whatever you want. That's not how this works. I'm my brother's precious little sister. He needs me, and you're trying to tie him down. It makes no sense for you to think that you can take him away from me. I hate you so much right now. You need to get out of my sight forever. All you are is a disgusting and disease-filled parasite who wants to brainwash my brother into hating his family.
How could you say something like that, Regina? You obviously don't know me very well, and you're definitely overreacting about all of this.
I'm not trying to do anything.
It's true that you're his little sister because you obviously share similar genetics and from the same bloodline and all of that. I get it. I really love Jordan, all right? I will continue to cherish him for as long as I live, Regina. I'm not going to do anything bad to him. You're family, so that's why it's hard for me to just treat you like some enemy. Do you not see that it's possible for us to actually get along and share your brother equally? I'm going to be his wife after all, but surely he'll still want to hang out with you.
Yeah, there's no chance of that happening. How are we supposed to get along when you're going to drag him away from me so that I'll hardly see him? You know, if you were younger and cuter, then maybe I'd consider your proposition. At least I would know you wouldn't take him away because you wouldn't think about doing that if you were younger. But no, he had to go and choose some ugly old hag off the street to marry. I know you've got some sort of plan up your sleeve. Everything you do is so dodgy. I doubt this relationship because it makes no sense for my brother to choose someone who's older than him to marry. You're not blackmailing him into marriage, are you?
What on earth? I'd never do such a thing. That's a horrible thing to do. We've been in a relationship for a while now, and it's great. I think we go well together. Why else would he bring me to your parents' house and introduce me to you and the rest of your family, huh? Look, on the contrary, I want to ask you a question. What is it going to take for you to accept me as your brother's partner? I thought that us girls were going to get along great, and then you turn around and say things like this?
You know what? I've got no intention of admitting what it takes for me to accept you. I probably never will accept you into our family. If you can, Olivia, why don't you try rejuvenating yourself, huh? You know, make yourself, younger or something along those lines. Maybe then it won't be so hard to get along with you. It would be really nice if something could just happen to you so that you can start your reincarnation process. Then you'd be young again.
You are so awful, Regina. Even when you say something as unrealistic as that, you'd basically not accept me as I am. Anything I do will never be enough, right? No matter what I do to try and change your mind about me, you'll never recognize me as being with Jordan, will you? Even though it's an unfair thing for you to do? But if this were to escalate and you'd never talk to me, don't you think Jordan would be sad to see that the women in his life don't even talk to each other? If you're his precious little sister, Regina, I'm sure he'd like you to get along with his wife as well, too. Don't you understand that? I'm marrying him soon.
Well, you heard what I said before. I'll never approve of you being with my brother. I'm just asking you nicely to not force my brother into marrying you, okay? Especially since there are members of his family that don't want either of you together. You're not a good match for him at all.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Are there others in the family who don't approve of me? Who said that to you?
Don't you think it's obvious, Olivia? Man, you are so stupid sometimes. It seems that you keep bringing up the fact that you're going to get married to him. How about we not mention that at all so you can leave and never come back, okay? Let's leave all of that blank, all right?
Oh my God, I can't believe you right now, Regina. You're making things so much more difficult than they have to be. I'm in Jordan's life now. You can't change that. Your brother is very kind and sweet, so maybe if we just get through this, we can actually try to get along. I get it. It's true that marriage is not just about the two of us. But we're not going to change our minds about the wedding just because of your ego, Regina. You can't stop us from loving each other.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Are you saying that I'm selfish? How dare you say something so awful? I knew that you would say something like that. Ugh, I hate you so much right now. You won't get away with calling me selfish. I'm going to tell my brother what you said. You'll pay for this.
Okay, if you want to do that, you can. I don't really care what you do, Regina, because what I said is true. Honestly, I think that Jordan will agree with me this time about this.
You really think that'll happen? You're dreaming. My big brother always thinks of me first. He's always protected me from people being mean to me since I was little. I'm his precious little sister, and he'll cherish me way more than you, because we're the best brother and sister duo there is in this world.
Okay, you're going way too far when it comes to your relationship with your brother. It's weird. But indeed, it seems in your eyes you're a good brother and sister team. If you're going to act like this, then I think you should be more open-minded when it comes to his relationship with me and accept that as well. You know that I can never replace the connection that you have with Jordan, but you can't just push me away from him if he loves me. I'm not taking away Jordan. Do you understand me?
Would you quit trying to get me to accept you into our family? Can't you please just stay out of the way? My brother shouldn't be hanging around such a wrinkly and ugly old hag. He should be dating other women who are younger and more beautiful than you. You really need to put a potato sack over your entire head and hide yourself.
Wow, and I thought this conversation couldn't get any worse. Maybe I'm not the most beautiful person on the planet. I get that I'm no oil painting. But we've already got our reasons for wanting to get married to each other. We aren't going to back out of this plan, Regina.
Oh, come on. Would you just shut up already? You're making things even worse for yourself, Olivia. I'm not done with this conversation, but you're obviously not getting it. How about we move this conversation to in person? Maybe then we'll get somewhere when we actually try and talk to each other. It'll be good for you to see me, because then you'll do what your precious little sister-in-law says. Maybe you can become a little more aware of your position.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea to me. I really don't know if we'll ever be on the same page. I don't want to have this talk in person. But if you talking what you need to talk about makes you feel any better, then go for it. But I really don't think you're seeing eye to eye with me, Jordan, or anybody else.
Oh my God, I did it. I really can't believe I did it. But everything is all good. You know, Olivia, this is your fault since you weren't listening to my advice.
Oh, Regina, are you kidding me? Don't tell me that what people are saying is true. I really didn't think that you'd do this.
It's such a brilliant idea, though, my dear sister-in-law. I came to your wedding in my mourning clothes since I thought that this is more like a funeral. If you think for 1 second that you can have a happy marriage with my brother, you're so wrong, Olivia. I'm surprised that you're still alive. I should have gone back to the other day when I pushed you down the stairs. I should have shoved you harder. I don't even know how you survived the fall.
That's it. I've had enough of your actions, Regina. This is goodbye to you forever. Don't even think about appearing in front of us ever again. How could you be like this to Olivia?
Jordan, is that you? What on earth are you talking about? I'm not being like anything to Olivia. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
I'm so disappointed in you. I thought that you were the sister who loved her brother, but obviously you're just an evil woman. I had no idea that this had gone this far.
Jordan, please don't speak of such things. I'd never do anything to you, okay? What on earth is going on here? Hey, Olivia, would you cut the crap out?
It's me, you moron. It's Jordan. I knew that things were going on between you two, so I couldn't resist looking at Olivia's phone, so I took it. I'm never going to forgive you for hurting someone so important to me. You've hurt her physically, emotionally, and mentally, and this has gone far enough. Now with the get-up you have on, you're too out of place for this ceremony, so you need to get out of here right now. I mean, Regina, just go and stop causing trouble. And I've got no intention of seeing you ever again. You're no sister of mine anymore. Our relationship doesn't exist anymore because you ruined it. Since you're wearing your mourning outfit, maybe you can have your own little funeral on how you murdered the relationship you had with your brother.
Whoa, Jordan, please just hold on a minute, okay? Is this seriously you right now? This isn't some prank to get back at me dressing in black clothing, is it? There's absolutely no way that my brother would say things like that. Hey, you said that you'd always be on my side. Why would you say that when you never ever want to see me again?
Because you've ruined everything and you've gone way too far. I don't want anything to do with you. If you don't believe that it's me, that's on you. Wow, Regina, you've really done it this time. You've really annoyed your brother this time. I guess he was being serious when he said he was cutting ties with you. I think the best thing for you to do right now is to take yourself out of the situation and leave the wedding venue right now. If you could do that before things get worse.
Please, just wait a second. Why on earth is he taking your side and not my side? I thought that he and I were allies in life. Give the phone back to my brother. You're such a thief. Jordan and I were trying to have a conversation. I need to sort this all out with him, so put him back on so I can message him.
That's what we've all been talking about this whole time, Regina. You're horrible when it comes to me, and your brother has finally gotten sick of you. I guess I have no choice but to ask the security guards to do something about you now since you're not budging. Please remove yourself now if you don't want to be thrown out.
You know what? I'm not convinced about what happened yesterday. I reckon that this was all a huge prank to get back at me. Why should I have to be the one who has to leave my brother alone? And also, none of my relatives are on my side with this either. Why? You know, I think that you've poisoned everyone's mind and turned all of them against me. That's why none of them are talking to me right now.
Did you not get what I was saying to you yesterday, Regina? I told you to never contact me again. I've cut ties with you. You're not my sister anymore. I don't want to be around some woman who's naive, selfish, and hateful like you. I've had enough, and I won't be putting myself into a situation like this again.
Why would you say something like that to your own sister? But I really love you, Jordan. You're my brother after all. How don't you see that?
Do you even remember what you did to Olivia, Regina? No matter how many times you told Olivia that you wouldn't accept her into the family, you still caused trouble. You kept calling her out for things she hasn't even done or feels about, and then you go and push her down the stairs? Why would you do such a thing to someone I love? Don't you realize how violent that act was? Don't you see that you're basically a criminal now because you intentionally hurt somebody? I know that it was on purpose.
What? Are you seriously calling me a criminal now? I'm nothing of the sort. All the things I did and said were for you, Jordan. Don't you see that? Don't you see that you're being completely deceived by this woman? Why would you go and marry such an old hag like her? She does nothing for you.
You're being so ridiculous. No matter who I marry, you'd only complain about her because you're so creepy with your so-called protectiveness of me. Even if I were to have dated a younger woman, you'd still probably turn around and tell me that she's just trying to get at my money or something like that. You're such a stupid and incompetent person, Regina. Should I really even call you a woman with the way you've been acting? You've been so immature. I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up saying all these horrible things to any of the women that I've wanted to date. You're just that type of person, and I hate it.
Hey, that's not true at all. You've got no idea what I say, and I'd only be doing it because I'm trying to protect you from all the ugly old gold diggers like your wife. How dare you go and marry her and then kick me out of the venue when I was just trying to stop her marrying you? I hate that woman. She's horrible.
Do you really believe that my own wife is like that? I've been going on many dates with different women, and some I brought home to introduce to you and our parents. Now that I think back to those times, even though it started off with small things, you've been harassing them for such a long time now. They broke up with me because of you.
What on earth did you just say to me? It was never my fault that they broke up with you. They were all terrible women anyway. Even if I were the kind of woman who would break up relationships, you'd still decide to break up with them someday anyway.
So that's what you think. I used to admit that to myself when you used to play up, that I would have broken up with them if I was still with them. But this time, everything was different. Olivia isn't like the other women that I've dated. I wanted to marry her. What you said isn't true anymore.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you disagreeing with me? Are you kidding me right now, Jordan? She's brainwashed you, hasn't she?
No matter how malicious you are and what kind of interference you make, you were just making sure that I would just accept it this entire time. I don't believe that I'm related to someone like you. No one whose blood would try and ruin a wedding by hurting and humiliating the bride.
Do you know why I've never dated any younger men, Jordan? It's because I didn't want to lose my brother, all right?
What's that got to do with what's going on, Regina? It's on you if you've done something like that. I don't care. Besides, it never would have happened because I'm not nuts. Up until now, I didn't even notice that you were out doing such cruel things. I feel terrible. Even when my ex-girlfriend said bad things about you, I thought that it was a huge mistake and I thought they were lying just to get back at me or something like that. But they were right. I thought that you were just being cute because you were getting jealous of all the female attention that I was getting, but I was so wrong. But after seeing and hearing what you were doing to my wife, it all became clear to me. I was stupid for not noticing, but you've gone way too far.
What are you talking about, Jordan? You know that's not even remotely true, okay? Don't you see that I was trying to help you get away from that evil woman? All I wanted was for you to date a nice woman who supports you and looks after you really well. Is that so bad, Jordan? I wanted you to be with a better woman.
What does that even mean? A better woman? I think I know a great woman when I see one, Regina. And that's my wife, Olivia. Are you telling me that there were better options for me out there than my own wife? Do you know how unrealistic you're being? All right, if she isn't good enough, then who is? Tell me specifically, who would be good enough in your opinion? What kind of person would you approve of, Regina?
Well, I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it since I never thought that you'd ever ask me this sort of question. I guess a model? Or an actress?
Even if I were to date someone who's in that profession, I'm sure that I'd still be deceived because they'd put their work before our relationship, and that wouldn't be fair. You've really given no truth to what you've been saying up until now. I'm getting so sick of it. But Olivia and I would agree with each other on that point. I've been nothing but nice to you for your entire life, Regina. And this is how you repay me? I never said anything bad to you ever.
Huh? What do you mean? But didn't you just say that you were cutting ties with me before? Doesn't that count as saying a bad thing?
No, it doesn't, because to be honest, it's not a bad thing to say. The women I've been with have definitely told me to do this, but then I avoided them because I didn't want to do that to you. But in the end, I finally realized that I was the one who was blind to all the things you were doing this entire time. I feel so dumb right now.
But you don't get what's been going on, Jordan. Olivia's just been acting like a good woman when she's not, okay? Don't be fooled by her brainwashing techniques.
What are you on about, Regina? What are you so threatened by? You ended up pushing her down the stairs, and for what? Because you think she's doing something? She's been nothing but nice to you. She told me the truth about what's going on because she knew she couldn't lie to me about it anymore. She knew how important you are to me, so she wasn't sure I would take her word for it. She knew how upset I was about this when she told me, and she embraced me.
Oh, come on, Jordan. There's no way that I would do the things that she's been saying to you. You're being deceived, Jordan. Don't believe her.
But all you had to do was say it yourself. I read all the messages that you sent to the conversation thread. You pushed Olivia down the stairs. You were wondering how she was still alive since you shoved her so hard. What kind of person says that to someone? Obviously, only a criminal would say something like that.
But that's not true. I was only joking about that. I wouldn't intentionally say something like that. And I'm not a criminal. Come on, don't you believe me?
We have the evidence of you saying all these things to Olivia. Don't you get it? You've been caught red-handed and you're still denying what you did? Don't you have any empathy for other people? I swear that you're a sociopath sometimes. You know what? I'm finally convinced that all these actions are your doing. That things that Olivia had said that I didn't believe and what she's been through recently is finally connecting together for me. You're way too much for me to handle. What kind of sister are you? You're obviously not protecting me. You're just trying to ruin my life and almost murder my wife in the process. Don't even think about trying to get back into my life. I'm telling you right now, if you try to touch Olivia ever again, I'll never forgive you for anything.
But that's not fair, Jordan. All I wanted to do was protect you from Olivia. I get so many bad vibes from her. You can't just shove me out of your life. But if you're going to do that, I suppose there's not much for me to do now. Is there any chance that you'll change your mind? Okay, you know what? I don't want you to leave me, so I just wanted to apologize for everything that's happened up until this point. Just please don't cut ties with me, Jordan.
This conversation is all over the place, Regina. I never know what to believe in anymore. I'm so done with this crap. Don't appear in front of me ever again, Regina.
Are you seriously kidding me? You've really gone way too far this time, Regina. You set my house on fire while I was sleeping, didn't you?
Wait, what? Who is this? Oh, it's you, Olivia. This is a surprise. Why are you messaging me right now? A fire? What on earth are you talking about? I'm so relieved.
You're so out of your mind. This is insane. Do you not want to help out your brother? I thought you loved him so much, Regina, but I guess you don't. And yet you go ahead and do something like this just to make him hurt some more? Is this what it means to return a favor to somebody?
Oh, come on. Don't get so carried away. I told you to break up with my brother straight away, and you didn't listen to me. It's all your fault for not listening to other people's advice. You're not trying to make a baby with my brother, are you? How dare you try and do this without my permission? I told you I'd never forgive you if you continued to be with Jordan.
Oh my God, Regina, you've completely lost it. You're absolutely sick in the head. How many times do I have to tell you until it sinks in? You're making this impossible. I had no intention of breaking up with Jordan because we love each other very much and I don't give a crap about your opinion anymore. It's none of your business. Why on earth are you still trying to continue destroying our lives? You're nothing but a homewrecker and your obsession with Jordan is so gross and weird.
Hey, shut up. I'm not a bad person, okay? My brother is mine and he needs to be protected from old hags like you. We are connected through blood and you can't change that. How dare you try and get pregnant with my brother? I'm pretty sure he never wanted children in the first place. This is not good at all.
You're literally crazy, Regina. You tried to basically end my life. Don't you realize that's a criminal offense? You're going to get thrown in jail if you don't watch what you say.
What the heck are you talking about? How could I possibly be thrown in jail? You've got no evidence of me doing anything to you.
Well, I wanted to tell you that I actually do have evidence of you pushing me down the stairs. I knew that you were acting very odd and I feared for my safety.
Huh? Excuse me? What do you mean that you have evidence? How could you possibly have evidence against me? Stop lying to yourself, Olivia.
Well, like I said, I thought this was a good opportunity to boost my house security. I put in hidden cameras so that in case something happened, we caught it on tape.
You've been secretly filming me without my permission? Isn't that a crime within itself? How dare you turn this whole thing against me?
Hey, I'm allowed to have my own security cameras. Plus, you basically confessed in a message that it was you who pushed me down the stairs, so stop lying about it. You came around to my house and committed a crime. The data was taken off the tape and I sent it to Jordan. He was looking it over and he is fuming.
Okay, you got me, all right? Look, I'm really sorry about all of this. Just please don't turn me into the police. I can make all of this up to you. Look, I had no idea that you were pregnant and that I would actually have the guts to do what I did. I didn't mean to. It was all an honest mistake.
You knew what you were doing, Regina. You were doing all of this intentionally. You knew I was pregnant and you knew that you were destroying our lives. We don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. You don't deserve to be in our lives and your brother doesn't need you anymore.
I'm really sorry. Please tell Jordan to not cut me off. I'll make it up to both of you. I'll take care of errands or something. Please don't bring the cops or anything into this. I am begging you not to do that.
No, you've gone way too far, Regina. We never want to hear from you ever again. If you try and do anything else to us, we'll call the police and they will throw you in prison. In the end, Olivia and Jordan moved out of their apartment because of the incident. Fortunately, Jordan works for a company that understood the situation he's in. They were glad to finally move away from where they were living. After that, Regina was taken away by the police and was forced to pay for the crimes that she had committed. She seems to be on the brink of despair, and you can't help but think where it all went wrong for her. She was left abandoned by the rest of her relatives and, of course, was cut off by her beloved brother. There was no way that she was getting back into their lives after all the things she did. Let's hope she rehabilitates in prison. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.